So if you just got your new Galaxy Tab A11 Plus, or you're just new to Samsung in general, today we're going to cover some of the first things to do with your new tablet and how to customize things just the way you like. Feel free to leave a tip that you know about down below. Also, make sure to hit the hype button so that more people see this video. So let's go ahead and get started. First thing you'll want to do is go into settings, go all the way down to where it says software update, choose download and install just to make sure you're on the latest software. I'm currently on Android 16, One UI 8.0. One thing that I forget to mention sometimes is where you have a group of apps on your home screen, you can tap and hold on the folder to make it larger. You can also tap and hold again to make the folder smaller. Now, if you want to make the battery on this tablet last as long as possible, you may want to go into settings under battery and choose battery protection, where you can limit how it charges up to 80%. You've got the option of basic or maximum. If you choose basic, once the battery reaches 100%, charging will stop until the battery goes down to 95%, and then it'll start charging back up again. If you choose maximum, your battery will stop charging once it reaches 80%, but you can also choose 85, 90, or 95% as well. Kind of personal preference there. As long as it's not always charging up to 100%, the battery will last longer, considering it only has so many times that you can go from 0% up to 100. It's probably not a bad idea to turn that feature on. The nice thing about this tablet is you've got two speakers on each side, but one thing you'll want to make sure you do, if you swipe down to get the quick panel, you'll want to make sure that Dolby Atmos is turned on. If for some reason you don't see it in there, you may have to hit the little pencil, choose edit. If you hit done, then when you go to swipe down, you should see it right there. It definitely makes things sound quite a bit better once you turn it on. You may have already done this when setting up your tablet, but if you go into settings and type in NAV and then tap on navigation bar, you'll see down here at the bottom is where you can switch back and forth between swipe gestures or buttons. You can also choose the order of the buttons and button position on the left or right hand side. You can also turn off the circle to search if you want to, right in that same section as well. You'll see taskbar down at the bottom where you can actually turn that off if you don't plan on using it. Again, some of this is going to be personal preference. I know sometimes when you're holding this tablet vertical or in portrait mode, the taskbar does get pretty small. You may have noticed when you hold down on the power button, Gemini pops up, but if you want to change that to just the power menu, like on older Samsung tablets, if you go into settings, tap on the little search, start typing in power, and you'll see how to power off your tablet. There's actually two different ways. You can just swipe down up here to power it off, or you can hold volume down and power at the same time. See where it says side button settings, tap on long press, and you can switch it from the digital assistant to the power off menu. So then when you hold down on the power button, you've got power off and reset. Another setting that you may want to change depending on if you want to save battery life. If you go into settings, under display, you have several different options here. Light and dark mode. Adaptive brightness, so it automatically gets brighter or darker depending on your surroundings. You can also go under motion smoothness and choose standard refresh rate, which is 60 Hz refresh rate if you want to save battery. Now, for some reason you think it's a little too choppy and you want the screen to be smoother when scrolling, you could just leave it on adaptive where it goes up to 90 Hz refresh rate automatically. You'll also notice it has Eye Comfort Shield under display settings, which you can see it reduces the blue light. That should help you sleep better. You will notice when you have apps open, you'll see a taskbar down at the bottom that has a lot of shortcuts to different apps. Well, the nice thing is you can actually tap and drag onto the screen if you want to do split screen or floating window, which just makes it a little bit easier to do multitasking, or you can resize things just the way you like. So you can have a small window with one app open over top of another. You can have split screen, just a lot of different ways to do multitasking on this tablet. You'll also notice there's a little sidebar or edge panel over here that's got shortcuts. You can put pretty much any app that you have over on the side. If you hit the little settings icon, you can also add people, tasks, weather, tools, and clipboard as well. So just a lot of different options there. You can also tap and drag on the little line if the edge panel seems like it's getting in the way, or you can even move it on the left-hand side as well. You can also use circle to search, where you just hold down on the home button, circle an object on the screen, and it'll give you more information depending on what you're trying to find out. Definitely something that comes in handy from time to time. Nice thing about the Galaxy Tab A11 Plus is even though this isn't their flagship or S series tablet, they still include Samsung DeX. If you swipe down and then swipe down again where you have all your shortcuts, you'll see right here in the middle, if you tap on that, it's going to open up things in multiple windows. So it's going to let you have multiple apps open at the same time, and similar to split screen, you can snap windows to the edges or just use them all as floating windows. You can also minimize each window. You can actually tap on each app down in the taskbar to close each window. If you go to recent apps, you'll also notice there's a little plus symbol where you can make another desktop, and then it lets you switch back and forth between the desktops. So again, just another way to do multitasking. I'm not sure if I like the new Samsung DeX as much as the older version, but still definitely something nice to have. This sort of feels like an extra compared to some of the other tablets out there. Now, one other thing you may want to do from time to time, if you swipe down from the right hand corner, hit the little pencil, you'll see where it says panel settings. You have the option of together or separate. I know on older Samsung tablets, it would be together, or on the newer ones, it's separate. Kind of personal preference. If you want it together, once you choose that, you just go back and hit done. Then when you swipe down, you've got all your shortcuts there instead of having to go back and forth. The other nice thing is if you hit the little pencil, you can actually tap and drag each of the sections, so it's a little easier to get to certain things. It really just gives you a lot of different ways to customize this area. If you tap on edit right here in the middle, you may want to go through here and choose some of the shortcuts that you want added, like extra dim and take screenshot. Then you just hit done and done again. Then when you swipe down, you can just do take screenshot. You could even take that one step further and put take screenshot right here. If you tap on the little pencil under panel settings and then scroll down to where it says edit top quick settings. Then you could delete one of those, then tap on screenshot to put it up here, tap done. So you're only swiping down once versus 2 or 3 times. And then of course, if you hold power and volume down at the same time, you can still do screenshot that way as well. One other thing, if you want your tablet to wake up when you double tap it or go to sleep when you double tap it, you'll want to make sure to go into the settings. If you go under advanced features, motions and gestures, you can choose double tap to turn on the screen, double tap to turn off. You can also do palm swipe to capture or cover the screen to mute. Then when you double tap the screen, it'll go to sleep, double tap again, and it'll wake up. If you want to modify the lock screen, you could just tap and hold, and you'll see it'll make it a little bit smaller. You can modify the widgets. You can make the clock larger if you want. You can also change the font or style of clock as well. You can also change which apps are here in the corners. Again, just lots of choices here to customize the lock screen. And then of course you can choose wallpapers. You can even download dynamic wallpapers that are going to change each time the screen goes off and wakes back up. Now, if you want to connect anything that's Bluetooth, like a keyboard, controller, or headphones, it's actually pretty simple. You can just swipe down, tap on Bluetooth. It'll automatically search for Bluetooth devices nearby, or if you've connected something recently. If you tap on details, once your Bluetooth device is in pairing mode, just hit scan, and it should just pop up right there. Then just hit pair, and it's connected. If for some reason you need to unpair a Bluetooth device, just tap on the little settings icon and then tap unpair down there at the bottom. So hopefully some of this was helpful or gave you some ideas to try on your new tablet. If you like tablets, phones, and other tech, I'm trying to get at least 3 videos out each week, so you'll want to keep an eye out for those upcoming videos. So if you've made it this far into the video, you may want to say thanks by subscribing, and don't forget to give a thumbs up if this video was helpful. This is Brian from Fishbee Productions. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.